On the 27th of September, we left Mtwara port at about 12 o'clock. We were heading down towards Mozambique, and the first 2 days we knew we were going to have first going straight into the wind, which we'll have to motor, and then we'll have light winds before we actually get the winds going down the channel of Mozambique. Okay, Lovey, what's it like? Now we're going to leave Mtwara, heading for Mozambique for the first time in a year. Hey?
It will be funny to come back.
Could be strange getting back there after 1 year, hey?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Here's what the weather's like out here at the moment. The wind's picked up. This is the port. It's the port.
It's nice to go back, you know? Today is 11 days we are on the sea.
Yeah,
We didn't
11
stay on the
days.
shore. Oh, yeah. Long time ago. Even Jackles stepped on the shore the
Yeah,
other day.
Jackles. Hey,
Okay.
you ready for this?
Yes, you see, he's like, let's
Okay,
go.
you
Let's
can
go.
pack all this away a little bit.
Let's go.
Port control, this is Syrian 5 message, over. Our anchor is up, we're ready to leave, over.
You are ready to leave, eh?
That's correct, port control.
Okay, give me time.
That's correct, port control.
12:39.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Once again, we found a fishing dhow quite far out at sea in quite strong weather. It was 18 to 22 knots of wind, and this fishing dhow was sailing next to us.
I'm sure they are bringing
Sunset, day one. During the first evening, we were motoring into the wind. It was 20 to 25 degrees off to our port side, so we needed to motor through the night to get some speed and get us some distance away from shore and around the corner to be able to go down the Mozambican coast. At night, we normally set up a circle perimeter around the boat with the radar, and anything coming inside that perimeter, which is usually 6 nautical miles to 4 nautical miles, so we have a 2 nautical mile perimeter around us, and that alarms us if there's a storm, or if there was any ships, or if there's any land or anything that comes into that perimeter, the radar will alarm. During passages, we drop the salon table down and put the mattress there and turn that into a bed for the off-duty crew to sleep while the other one's at the helm at night.
And some days it's just like this. No wind. Sails are just hanging.
When we passed Masimba de Praia area, about 25 nautical miles out to sea, in the distance on our port side we could see the Saipan 12,000 drill ship working on the seabed. Obviously it was still drilling, and it had some support vessels around it as well.
Second sunset at sea on this trip. Ocean, and this guy decides to ride right next to us. He's over there.
AIS is really good technology, and on the plotter we can click on the ship and comes up with all the information about the ship, where it's going to, its speed, direction, and its closest point of proximity towards us when it passes us, so we know we're safe. Day 3, as expected, we started getting some wind coming from the east. Started off slowly in the morning and building a little bit during the day so we could pick up some speed and shut the motors and sail without engines for the first time on this trip. Down the Mozambican coast at the north, because of the security situation, we sat about 25 nautical miles off the shore, most of the way down the coast.
Wow, what a beautiful day. The sea, blue, blue, blue. Pleasures of downwind sailing. Third sunset. Sailing into sunset, spinning up.
We sailed through the nights with the spinnaker as long as we could see that the weather was going to be stable and there was no unexpected weather changes or wind changes during the evening. We would fly the spinnaker as much as we could until there was no wind or the wind got too strong when we had to drop it down.
Sunset over the land, towards sea, the clouds in sight.
Sailing at night is always so peaceful. The boat is quiet, you hear the water rushing past. It's very dark obviously out at night. We have the red light on the inside of the boat so one can see what's going on in the boat if you need to. But just generally a very nice calm part of the trip.
Ships loading for Maja. Sunset, fifth sunset out at sea. A reefed main. Saturday, the 2nd of October. We're about 150 nautical miles out at sea, and lace them up. Flying it off the bow. Cruise on the other side. Big swells.
We use Predict Wind for our weather routing, And before the trip, this is example of the section of wind that we're going to get during the trip. And what we do is we download weather at about 9:30 in the morning and 9:30 at night when they re-update the weather models. And we knew we were going to be having quite strong winds up our rear quarter on our way down the coast all the way to Inhambane. So we knew the wind was going to be strong, but it was on our rear quarter, and we knew we would get some good speed with the current down this leg. Some of the sunsets were truly amazing on this journey. Once we were heading out in the open sea about 100 nautical miles off from the coast of Mozambique, we had picked up the current, the wind was really pushing, so we were making very good speeds on the way down towards Inhambane. On the 12-hour leg, we did 69 nautical miles during that leg, which gives us about 150 nautical miles over the day.
Monday, the 4th of October. Swell running. Spinning up. David! Yes, dolphins! Yeah! Beautiful sail. this. Alright.
On the morning of our arrival to Inhambane, we were about 50 nautical miles away. Just at sunrise we could see the clouds building and knew we were going to have some squalls on the way into Inhambane during the end of this trip. When we arrived at Inhambane, we anchored off Barra, which has got quite a big swell running through it with the wind, and we phoned both Tim, who knows the area well, and Howie, that had been there before, and we got some coordinates on how to safely get round the back to the safe anchorage at the back. We anchored at the back of Barra, where it was in front of the White Sands Resort, and this allowed us, with the help of the White Sands staff, to get a taxi to take us to deal with immigration at Inhambane. We knew we'd be at Inhambane for a few days as there was a big another southerly blowing through, so we were expected to be at Inhambane for 4 or 5 days before we could move on from there.
So nice and warm, yeah.
If you like this video, give us a like and subscribe to watch further episodes of our journey down towards the Mozambique coast.